Hello, and welcome to Devcast Ops. Tonight you're joined by myself, Barnaby, and James.
Hello.
And we're going to carry on where, I guess, we kind of wrapped up a lot of the stuff we wanted to do with Nomad last week, or like the bits we've been working on for a while, getting that CSI stuff and persistent storage. So this week we're going to just tidy up some of the things that may not be quite so pretty in the background that we ignored while we're getting other things to work. I'm sure you're all familiar with this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I did a bit of that last weekend. It was annoying me that all our Ansible code was everywhere. So I've moved all into one repo for now. So to split the roles off later, but currently it's all in one repo. Tried to run it. It was like, everything's out of date. Tried to update everything. It was like, error, no more space. So we found a few things over the last week, I think, that we need to fix. If we've got,
go on.
I was going to say, then if we've got time, we'll go into some more fun things.
No, the way these streams normally end up, I don't think we'll get to that. We normally go, this will be fun.
Let's be quick.
2 hours later. I guess if we ever made T-shirts, that would be catchphrase. So like, it'll only take 5 minutes.
Yes.
I guess, shall we start off with kind of the little cliffhanger that we left on last week, which was the state of that? Oh my goodness, I just shared your screen and seen the mess of the logs, but
we'll get to this, don't worry. The Packer stuff,
which we swapped to a new image, but because the builds were taking 20 minutes in GitHub Action, didn't have time to deploy it and stuff like that. So I don't know if you want to show off our new image.
Yes. I suppose I can just start a thing and show it connecting.
Yeah.
This may break something, but that's fine. Don't worry, it's fine. We deploy server GCP based, don't we? It's been a long time since I've done this.
Yeah, it's all in GCP based, the servers.
So I go new one.
Because we have 2 repos. We have the base and we have stateful. And hopefully it's obvious enough what each one's for. Base is kind of just ephemeral infrastructure. Apart from that our one server, which is up all the time.
So base should be everything that our infrastructure needs, maybe that's not stateful, to run on. So it's like the base networking and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I think this isn't how we should do clients, and we'll get to that at some point. I have to turn off enable 2-factor authentication for Ansible to work with the main server.
That would make sense.
So I will at some point make that less of a hard-coded thing. That's the client running. I suppose I should quickly go into here and go, look, there's no clients.
Believe me.
I'm not lying, honest.
I wonder if you're a really good web dev, how much you could fake of stuff working. You just have a little.
The first time I go to this web page, it works. The second time, it doesn't. The first time it doesn't show. The second time it does. Cool. I remember this being relatively quick to connect.
Yeah, it's not too long. I think there's the poll rate of the server.
There we go.
Yeah.
Chill up. New version? Old version? No, old version.
I can't remember if we pin it.
Well, we do. So I've upgraded everything, but because they are pulling from different Ansible repos and Ansible repos, which I want to fix, we will get there. Updating one doesn't update the other, but what I can do is very quickly log into the cloud and make it so the thing works. Because there's something else that I think I managed to get working, but never turned the thing on to test. What am I doing? API services. I suppose I could show this. I'm logged in, so this isn't secret. Compute engine. Main server.
Oh, I guess another bit that we should probably add on the tidying list is make the packer build images in sensible names.
Yes.
Because I think that's what flawed us, kind of made us leave it on the cliffhanger at the end of last week, was because we built it with the wrong one, which wasn't the top.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, that should be server running. So now, if I go into, so this is our new code. We have every single one of our roles nicely listed. An inventory file where we are listing the hosts and variables, and then we're listing all the groups everything's in. So if I uncomment this, this should just upgrade the host.
That's the idea of Ansible. So,
and then I can just go, where am I? In the complete wrong place. Ansible. That one. If I don't specify the file for the inventory, because it's a GCP file, it complains the GCP isn't working. Because for every, well, I can make some assumptions why it doesn't work. I couldn't get it to work, and I didn't care. So I was just like, it's fine.
What do you mean you don't need dynamic inventory on our static IP addresses?
So, but what would be good for dynamic inventory is we can then tag or label or whatever the resource is, and then based on the labels, deploy the services to it. So if it's got the Vault label, it deploys Vault to it.
Yeah, there is still benefits to I agree with that. And then you can just change. That's the one thing I wish Ansible had a way to track.
You wish Ansible had a state?
Yeah, to an extent. Because although a lot of the things that make it good is that it doesn't have a state, but so if you sort of untag an image, it just means it stops being managed by Ansible. It just falls off its radar. It won't undo any of the things it's done.
Which is fine for this, because actually we should just, other than the Cloudflare, which really we should, I'm a little bit worried about Cloudflare, but we should test that at some point and prove that restarting this, we can restart this server without anything going wrong.
Yeah, okay. That is definitely a pet server, not a cattle.
And that's fine. Okay, that's the wrong thing. This one? No, where am I? That one. So I've run Ansible, and it's now graded.
Nice.
Perfect. And it's even run Minecraft and the controller on it.
The other day when I was doing this, it didn't. It wasn't triggering in the wrong right. I think I had to trigger the trigger Docker didn't trigger.
Yeah. So these shouldn't trigger. These are going, there's nowhere else for me to live. A box is up, so I'm not going to go live on that box. What you want to do is, on starting of the server, then run the Nomad jobs. So my end goal for this, which will be amazing, is start a Nomad job. It spins up the server. When the server's up, it then triggers 2 more Nomad jobs that then deploys the stuff that you want on the server.
We're going to have just them replicating all the way down.
I mean, you're then kind of almost building a deployment pipeline with Nomad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's up just like that. The Nomad code works. I don't know if you've seen, I've now got a Nomad base because there's a lot of, well, I mean, it's the same as console now pretty much. So this is what the client looks like. And this is what the server looks like. And they're the same as before. And in theory, to make the server a client, all I need to do is tell it to also deploy this config.
You just need to add it to that group.
I should just need to add it to that group. Should we try?
Yeah, let's hit it. So what's the worst that can happen?
our cattle goes down. Oh, sorry, our pet goes down, and then we cry.
Stream crashes and all of that. But yeah, sure. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. Yeah. Nomad's now a client. We click one. And it should work. It was interesting looking at it because I was sure we were going to have more server client specific information. But actually, no.
It's not that much.
Yeah, most of the work's the same. I need to rename Vault Server to just Vault because there's only Vault. There's no Vault doesn't have client. Well, Vault does have agents, but we're not managing that. We're just managing Vault.
For Nomad, is it a different system file for the client and the server?
Nope. It is just whether the config. So the only difference is whether the config has this client block, and if it has this block, and they can have both blocks, and it'll run as both. What I'm curious about is this has a. Oh, I forgot I did that. Well, I mean, it worked. This was hard coded. But because everything's in here, I just stole the code we used for console.
Yes.
So I was like, well, I mean, sure, why not? Like, let's just see if this worked. Never tested it because I didn't have a client configured, but it works. That's fun. Okay. So now we should have two clients. As you can see, we have two clients. Perfect.
Hasn't crashed though, which is
no, the server's still up. I wonder somehow didn't restart. So let's log in. Log into the box. Is it 6v1? Yeah.
Yeah.
System CTL status Nomad. Nomad is up. ls tc/nomad. It's got the server config. If I just cat the server config. No, it doesn't have the client config.
What's config.htl?
The old stuff talking about it doesn't clean up.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm surprised that it's not throwing an error having two sets of the config in there. I guess some of the data is the same.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. I suppose the clients are the same. So, system CTL restart Nomad. Okay. Nomad's still up and happy, though it hasn't copied the. Oh my god! It should have copied a file called config client. And it didn't, by the looks of things.
Did Ansible say that it did?
I'm just going to rerun.
Perfect.
Well, because otherwise I'm going to have to scroll all the way up.
No,
it's
fair enough.
Easiest to rerun it. It's going to, well, that's funny. So in the main.yaml, we've got console client, and in all, we've added 6 to console client. No, wait. The Nomad client. There isn't a Nomad client.
How do we make a Nomad client?
Oh. I'm actually running the Nomad client code.
It's just because it's still baked into the Ansible on the Packer image that it works.
Yeah, I mean, it base runs. So base will still base will update the Nomad versions and start Nomad, which is why the version got bumped.
Yeah, as long as it's not a change in client config, we're good.
No, all I did is I moved the data center up a layer because I didn't need to. That was the only config that's actually the same between them is data center. So fingers crossed now, and it's the last thing that happens. So
easy to check.
Easy to check. Yes, because I never turned the client on because I never did any of this stuff with the client. I just commented out going, I'll do with it later.
Good thing we wanted to show off the Packer image.
Yeah. I mean, I would have done this because this is the first step is making Nomad also a client.
We're probably going to have smarter setups for the jobs if we turn this into a client, because otherwise it's just going to constantly be trying to run Minecraft.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to have to make some tags, some labels on the clients, so it won't ever try and run non-main things on the main server. By using constraints, granted, it doesn't have Java installed, but we do. Not that really matters. Okay,
I don't think this the client does either.
Yeah, there we go. Main server. It is installing Docker. Perfect.
Is this the right version of Ubuntu?
Probably not. Oh no! Yeah, no. This is the issue you're having, where it succeeds, it fails correctly.
It doesn't fail correctly. It runs correctly. It fails incorrectly. False
fails
negatives.
On success. Yes. So we should get Docker in a bit.
Yeah, it takes about 30 seconds to populate.
Okay, well
let's
fix that issue where Docker is unhappy. So what I need to do is I need to go jobs, Docker, stop job, purge. We need to completely get rid of that job. And then if I go Nomad.
I'm amazed that you haven't just got multiple tabs open for different repos.
Shit. I did earlier when I was messing with Backstage, because God, Backstage needs a lot. Nomad. Oops. And then Docker, which I did pull. Did I open that one? Docker is a syspatch. Nomad job. There's no world in which this just works. Oh no, I need to export. Export Nomad address. Nomad run Docker.
What was it before? Was it system?
It was system, yeah. Ooh, failed to place one allocation. Playing up memory.
I guess if Minecraft's up and running and the controllers up and running, that's all of the memory on that server.
Yes.
Client.
Most of the memory.
Yeah, but I think it's reserved for the process.
Yeah, I don't. I imagine the client that's not happy, but that's fine. I suppose we can kill Minecraft.
Oh, but all the stuff on the server, what's going to happen?
just need this to be happy. There we go. Yeah, so it's set to run on all instances and stuff, which we should maybe clean up at some point.
Well, it wasn't the thought to eventually migrate the Docker installation to be done via Ansible / the Packer build?
Yeah, that's fair.
It doesn't really make sense to have it in the...
Oh, this is 100% a can't run on the server because the server's the...
Is our 4-year-old version of Ubuntu not good enough?
Well, this is what we're planning to do, but how about a server upgrade? GCP. There is no data on the server, is there?
And that's not my concern. My concern is the VPN on the server.
The VPN will work. There's no reason why the VPN won't work.
Okay. I was worried about a network blip. Sure.
Okay. We don't connect directly to the VPN. So we don't connect directly to the server. The server isn't our VPN. We connect to Cloudflare's VPN, which tunnels to our server.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't matter. I don't know what image we used.
It will be in the Packer repo.
It will be in the Packer repo. Let's open yet another repo.
Could we just run it off the...
What comes with Nomad client? No.
Yeah, I started thinking about it. Like, that's not a...
What we could do is, I'm not doing that today. So as part of this is how our Cloudflare thing gets installed. And I'm just going to do that one. We could move that into a Packer image.
Yeah, I think it would be worthwhile maybe having a Packer build for our main server, so that if we ever want to upgrade it, we can just build a clone of it, test some upgrades on it, put them in the Packer build, make sure it works, and then just do a quick replace.
Well, no, this said main server, Debian 10 Buster. They are based on the same.
Yeah. Do you want to do the disk size upgrade, or have we already upgraded the disk from the 10 gig?
I've not upgraded the disk. I can
maybe double up to 20.
I mean that could be the issue. No, it's saying is it?
I thought it was jammy that we...
I haven't pulled down the latest version of this thing. Ignore the fact that I need to change my terminal to pull cd dev.
This is why Mac is just better.
I just need to sort this out. This is annoyingly, it's so like not difficult to do this. I just accept that I haven't set it up properly, because I can set it up so this works. There we go. That's a different image. I don't have too many VS codes open. That one. No, not Packer. That one, main server.
I have so many VS codes open on clients. I think normally have about 8.
It's not provided by Debian Cloud now.
No, it's... I don't remember who it's provided by.
Okay, we need to find the full image ID, which we can get from here. Images. Search for that one.
Could you make that a little bit bigger? The compression is really doing a number on... There we
go. Name? Oh, God.
I can't remember how we found this last time.
Family? Labels.
Put a hidden image.
I mean, I think it's these ones. Like that just looks like an updated version of what we're using.
Sure. I need to get like the web thingy.
Yeah.
Goodness knows why they make this
that's licenses.
So difficult to grab.
Self-link. I don't know. Hopefully that one works.
Is that size 10 the...
Oh, yeah. Did you want 20?
Yeah.
We should probably, I mean, there's a problem of storage is a cost, but we should probably mount some drives.
Well, I think this code is kind of been like pulled from one to another, and the first one it was probably pulled off was the Factorio server code, and because that server just ran Factorio and had a dismounted for save data, the 10 gig was fine.
This server style was just going to run this binary,
yeah,
and maybe Vault, but git no, I didn't edit Packer.
Did we ever for a Vault, is that just writing to disk as well, or is it?
Yeah, everything right to the ops directory. So we probably do want a static disk just to mount the ops directory, because that's all the local data.
Yeah, sounds smart. Intense. Breathing right.
Should have pulled. That's fine. Just some client updates. Okay, that's that. Now I go to Terraform, and fingers crossed we will have a run that is gonna, I assume, wipe out the main image. Yeah. Cool.
I'm pretty sure every image change to the server destroy and rebuild.
You would expect. Oh, and image size. So yeah. Cool. Time to see what happens on a full-scale wipe.
I really want to build a bear with us problem screen.
We do need one of them.
Experiencing technical difficulties.
They are useful to have.
I'm sure I'd look in the blue orange color, the orange black color scheme.
Just impatient now.
That would be an interesting one. I wonder if they'd ever start offering like a Terraform Cloud Premium where you get priority
fast
queue.
Oh God, no! I hope not. I mean, this is GCP I'm waiting for, not Terraform. But yeah. So this should be a new instance. Why is that a different IP address?
8. Should be 6.
Should be 6. Why is that a different IP address?
Surely that must be hard coded.
Subnet. No, it just picks the next one. So if I rebuild the server, it'll get 6 again. Do we care?
Will it affect any of the networking-ish stuff? Or the Packer image has it baked in? It's probably easier just to rebuild the server.
It will be easy to rebuild the server. No, the package doesn't have. Well, the package is built in. Also, all our DNS points to 6. So I just click delete on you. Oh, it's.
So I guess at some point I think it'd be fun to set up our own DNS, internal DNS. Well, I guess we have one, but look into it in more detail.
Well, so console will be that.
Yes, of course.
Like really, console ends up being our proxy, our DNS, everything when we actually get it set up, and it can then fully control based on certs. What connections can go where.
Oh, I had a really annoying thing the other week at client side. Was messing around renewing some console certs, and for some reason the external service couldn't reach in and talk to me. I was like, what on earth is going on here? Essentially boiled it down to it wasn't adding the additional IPs of the servers to the certs. They were just valid for local hosts. It's the classic certificate issues, right?
I had one where they added the C name as the URL and then the SAN as the IP, so it wouldn't resolve the FQDN, which is one of those things that you'd have no reason to ever think is a thing that matters, except the one time you try and do that, and then you're like, "Is this how it works?"
Yeah, and then just one of those really silly things that you do when you're kind of trying to fix something. There was a space in one, like an extra space for one of the flags in the command that we're running, and it just wasn't adding the additional IPs. Like, what on earth is going on here? This is the command that previously has been copied and pasted ever so slightly wrong, and it wasn't picking up the flags.
It's gone up to 9. No. Okay, how do I hard set an IP address? Do we do that for the client?
I think so. I did it for the Factorio one as well. You can just set the IP address. So I just pick 64 for a server and set it as that.
Oh my god, too many. This one. Client network IP.
I guess
Which
it might.
Really, if anything, this one should be hard coded.
Yeah, I'm guessing that it keeps the IP reserved for a little while in case the server spins back up. Set up IP.
I'm curious if this is going to destroy the server or not.
It shouldn't do, because it should just attach a new neck. Attach and detach the neck.
I could maybe have done this manually via the UI. I don't really want to, but
I think it's Azure where they're very sort of particular about what they used to be. I don't know. It's been a while since I've played around on that, but they're very particular about the networking. You had to attach necks.
Oh wow! So by default, it wouldn't give networking. It wouldn't give you networking. It's fun.
I think it would only let you do internal networking. If you wanted to do anything outside of that little subnet, you needed a neck for it or something like that.
Yeah. So for the GCP stuff, I had to add a cloud NAT to be able to access the internet. So by default, we don't get a public IP address. I had to set that up. And I did it in a way that meant we had one IP for all the servers. So you can't, from the internet, you can't really connect to one of the servers. What am I doing? CD Ansible. Should I double check the IP address before I...
I'm sure it'll be fine. Just refresh your Nomad URL and see if it gets what kind of error you get.
Well, Nomad's not up on that blocks.
I guess
yeah, this hasn't...
You got 5.
You've got 9.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is that a GCP caching issue, or is it Terraform still running?
I think it's Terraform's finished. I think that that change doesn't actually do anything without a restart. Let's try restart. Maybe one of those things that it doesn't realize it needs to restart to be able to do.
Yeah, or I wonder if it might sort of not force restart.
Okay, I'm gonna try and just delete this box again.
You'll get 10 this time.
Well, we have it in the Terraform code. Terraform code is, unless I put it in the wrong place, like that's it asking network IP.
Yeah, it was saying go from 9 to 6.
This didn't do anything about it.
On NIC 0, which you assume is the right NIC.
Well, that's the only NIC that was connected.
I was messing around with testing some of the AE stuff and setting up networks and that, having fun with that with all the channels.
God, it's so complicated.
I don't find it. I think now I understand it. I was like, oh, this actually makes a lot of sense. It took maybe like an hour or so to figure out how all the bits work. I quite like networking. I always used to like graph theory and stuff like that at uni.
We have to do it with a few possible channels.
Yeah, that's the goal. Just have one 8-channel cable. That's all you're allowed.
Oh, don't worry. I'm going to use far more than 8. Granted, if you do there's some ways where you can pull it out and use other mods as a thing. It's just it's the crafting when it gets more complicated.
Yeah.
Okay, this is spinning up a box.
Is it giving us the right IP address?
We are asking for the IP address.
I'm surprised it wouldn't throw an error if it can't get the required IP.
I mean, so it looks like that's actually a Terraform problem, where the Terraform update isn't working correctly. Because when I did a restart, when I ran it again, it was just like, the IP's still wrong. I'll change that for you. But it didn't do anything. So, correct IP address. This is run. I can now go
Ansible
playbook inventory main, and it's going to go from nothing to spinning up an entire cluster, entire server. May take a little bit of time.
I guess that might be something that we could look into at another point, is doing Ansible in parallel. It's really interesting, but it's a nightmare to debug.
I don't know how much of this we would want to do in parallel, because
all Vault and Nomad at the same time.
I suppose you could install the binaries at the same time. We'd have to refactor our code.
You could do the setting up all the config files for them simultaneously as well.
Yeah, though if we want the roles to be if we want the roles to be held somewhere else, it may be one of those, like, either we have to rework everything to be easily parallelizable, or we go, the roles can be in between. I mean, this is already on console. This is not taking long.
Yeah, I just remember the bit that was tricky with that. I don't know if it's been improved back now. I think when I was messing with parallel Ansible, was probably about coming up 4 years ago now. So it's probably, I haven't seen it since, but it used to spit out the logs as they happened.
Yeah, I mean, that is a problem with doing things in parallel.
Yeah.
Like if you ever run Docker Compose, those logs are almost unusable when it actually realizes it can parallel.
Yeah. In some of my own code that I'm writing, I'm starting to do better, trying to get it to handle errors better at least. So instead of printing error line by line, it catches the whole error and then prints it in one block, in one string.
Yeah.
We're back.
We are back. And surprisingly, in Nomad, everything is down. So do we want to try and label? We have 20 minutes. Making it so Minecraft doesn't run on the main server is probably a good idea.
Yeah, I think labels is probably the first thing. So start tagging these so we don't have jobs running where they shouldn't run.
Yeah, I'm curious. I actually haven't really looked into it. I think in the config file we have to mess with it, which is going to make things far more complicated because it's the same config file going on both. So we're going to have to pull in this from a inventory variable. Yeah, I suppose it can just be an inventory variable, can't
it? Yes. You can also do it in a lazy way where we just do it based off the host name and have that as the tag.
We could. I mean, we can also add the host names. No, the host name is just an IP address. Host names aren't usable.
It's a string.
That is fair. I can't even remember what I'm trying to Google.
No, my client tags or something like that. It's networkings. Mendes. Node pool, I guess is probably what you're looking for. Specifies the node pool in which the client is registered. If the node pool does not exist yet, it will be created automatically. If the node registers in the authoritative region, no authoritative regions, the node is kept in initializing status until a node pool is created and replicated. So I guess maybe have the node pool on the client as persistent, not on the client, on the main server as persistent. And then I don't know if it'd be smart enough to, doesn't say about.
No, I think everything should have a node pool.
I was wondering if it's smart, if it adds everything to default by default, or if it adds, if it's given a specific cluster that node pool will do it.
Constraints, the other option. Oh, and constraints are slightly more complicated than I was expecting. Yeah, so you can do constraints which pull in all these variables.
Yeah.
And you can add your own variables to these.
Be really useful stuff like doing ARM builds and stuff.
What we do have is the GCP tags. We have the tags of the clients.
How good is our tagging policy?
We've got Nomad client as a tag. If we wanted to, or DCOG.
DCOG would probably be the tag to place the Minecraft on.
Yeah, should we try and see if we can get that to work? Okay, so let's. I like the idea of the node pool as well. So node pool is just like what node you're going to connect to. So I think node pool
the
is
config file. So
I feel node pool may be better. Well, so I think node pool may be better for now, and then tags when we have a lot of clients and want to specify more fine grain.
Yeah, node pool seems. So should we just do it with tags to begin? I think maybe just do it with tags to begin with, because then it can just it scales. So you just create more tags to set up more. If we spin off more departments to speak.
Yep.
I think it'll be a long time before we have another department.
DCO. Oh, I mean, but you could do a tag of like Minecraft or a tag of like we can actually, you can, once we understand what tags mean. I shouldn't. I should have that as false. Whoops. Yeah, we can. Let's try and get a DCOG tag to work.
I can't remember if I set. Oh no, it was in the persistent disks that in the stateful stuff that I have the crazy validation block.
Okay, so we need to get the CSI plugin, which actually is we need Docker to run on. Docker runs on everything, yeah?
Yeah,
happy with
Docker
that?
should run on everything.
Does the Minecraft server need Docker?
Will it need the CSI?
Okay, yeah, let's run Docker on everything. I'm just trying to think what I need to run and what we need to give stuff.
Because Docker doesn't take up any resources once it's installed.
Yep.
As well.
So Nomad run docker.htl. So running on, that should run on both, I think.
Oh, I have a really dumb idea.
God.
I don't know if you're trying to save disk space and you have things that are used by multiple clients, if you just mounted a disk, can we? How if you can do that? You can't. Can you mount a disk to one disk?
The way we're doing CSI, we can't. That within the system you can. I don't know why one of them is. So this one is pending, but Docker's already installed. Server, it's completed. So I don't know why that's pending. The client may be a little bit unhappy because of losing its server. But yeah, that's it. We can worry about the client in a moment. So CSI plugin. Can you do constraint at a job level? I think that's where I was looking. Yes, you can. So I want constraint. I
guess the one thing about node pools, which is potentially better than using the tags, is it means you're platform agnostic for your hosting.
The tags are very GCP specific.
Yeah, so if we did it with node pool instead, that would be platform agnostic. So if we went multi-cloud.
Yeah, let's do node pool. You're right.
So I am flip-flopping as well.
I want I want us to be like, no, back onto AWS or back on Azure, and everything other than the Terraform code can just deploy.
Yeah.
Or some other. I mean, obviously, this CSI is GCP, but so you'd have to replace some of the Nomad jobs. But okay, so to do that, we want to do these, and I want to go. How do you do? Is it vars? Is that how you do? Oops. Or do I just type? Do I have to specify vars under the host? Or is it just type?
I think it's vars. I will do some Googling in the background.
I suppose the other question, can you have one is node pool a list? No. Oh wait, suppose the job in. That doesn't tell me if a server can have
I think a server can.
Client.
Oh no, it can't. It's a default, a string.
That's fine.
Specify the node pool.
So 7 is our client. So this is going to be called. No, so 7 is a gaming server. DCOG. Like.
I think it might be.
No, I'm just going to get them.
I think you might have been right. I think it was just underneath. Although
I am unsure. I would go in vars for default just because that's how it all works. But it's been a while since I've actually messed with Nomad. I've very rarely had a reason to have inventory specific vars.
Yeah, I think you just do it underneath by the looks of things, because you can have vars which are attached to the host group, which is then specified by vars.
Yeah. I mean, it'll allow. Are you happy with DCOG, GCO? Do you want to be gaming core?
I wouldn't call 6.
Or should that be like core?
Yeah, I'd call that core.
Core and DCOG?
DCOG is fine because that is kind of a department, whereas core is like core services.
Yep. And then in client, I need to specify node pool equals Nomad node pool. Yeah. It's a shame that that's all. That's like the only tag we can really give it. I think there is a way to add your own tags to that list.
Probably.
But that's fine for now. I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, I don't know where we can. If we ever get to the point where this is too wide, then that's a good thing, and we can worry about it then.
At that point, we would have to have employees. Well, expand out to a considerably wider business than just 3 of us.
I mean, if we ever get to the point where like we have a Minecraft server that people that watch us can play on, like that's when you start having to like spin up multiple servers and stuff.
Or would that be DCOP for public?
Ansible, that's what I'm doing. Sorry, you made me lose my train of thought for a second.
Sorry, I'll stop cracking jokes and let you get to serious work.
Oh my god. Ansible. Brain, come on, brain. We're nearly there.
That's what I say. It's my brain that's flip-flopping all over the place this evening, and I think it's just dragging you down.
Oh, it's fine. I didn't realize how stressful my last couple of weeks have been until Saturday, where I was like, oh, I'm actually just tired and nothing else.
Goodness knows what I'm going to be when I get out of client side after
just collapse.
2.5 years. I realized though that after my last day, I'm immediately going on holiday. So
perfect. So when the entire company burns down because you're no longer there, you're going on holiday, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I will, and it's a holiday where I refuse to take any form of work communications, as you should on holiday. So unless someone's willing to drive down to where I'm at to come get me, which nobody knows.
So you're disappearing off the grid. Perfect.
I'm trying to work out. Yeah, there would legitimately be no way.
Do you not have you not bring your phone?
I'll take my phone, but I would ignore it. What's on it?
But it's like if someone really wants to get in contact with you, they would talk to someone in GL. GL would then call you, like someone in GL would then call you. Like if it really mattered, they would get in contact.
I still think I would ignore a call that was my contact. I also don't carry my phone on me that much when I'm on holiday, because most of the time I'll just be on the beach and not paying attention.
Well, that's a good start. Oops.
Server still up? I guess server's still up. Oh. Maybe not.
Oh, we tried. Oh, restart the box.
Do 7.
Well, no, because I don't know if 7 may be fine. It's this box that's the problem.
Yeah, that is true. Weird though, because we haven't changed any of the server config. I ain't happy.
I'll do proper debugging, but first see if I can restart it. Oh my god. Still doesn't work.
Nomad has the same thing as console, where you can do Nomad validate and give it the config path.
Oh, nice.
So the looks of things.
Oh, is it that?
Error loading configuration.
Unknown taken at 4:15. So let's see what this file says. Oh no, I need to be sudo su. Let's do this properly. Nomad. Gonna regret doing this, but why not?
I have a funny feeling that will probably need to be in quotations.
Yeah. I agree. Oops. Sure, let's just give it a restart. Should I test it?
I just run it. I reckon that'll be it.
I agree. That is at least a problem. I mean, 4:15 is that 1, 2, 3, 4 at 15?
Yeah, close.
Yeah, that is 4:15. Didn't like the C. Does it even say? Oh, yeah, indent core. Or ident. I always read as indent, which I don't think it is.
All of the spacing arguments I tend to try and just avoid.
Yeah.
Same thing with naming configurations. As long as it's consistent, I don't really care.
Oh, I did something else this morning for the next playground. I started writing it, and then I was like, "Is this the right naming? Is this the right like formatting?" Googled it, realized all my casing was wrong, so we had to rewrite every function and type name and variable name with the correct formatting.
I've realized different people in a repo that I've worked on, they index from different numbers. Some people index from 0 and some people are indexing from 1. I say,
Yay for code standards. Okay.
And the handlers run, which should be promising.
Yay! Server. Oh, node pool core. Client node pool decog. So you have Docker. And how it's pronounced?
Decog.
Decog. MC Nomad. And then this one, you need to be node pool. Is it just that, do you think?
Yeah, why shouldn't it be?
I suppose this is something that's run locally, so Nomad run CSI. That looks happy. Oh, we lost the variable.
That's an off-stream job if ever I saw one.
But the plugins are.
Yeah.
But it errors because the token's not there more than anything else. And the token was just to copy and paste into the variable location.
Yeah, but that sensitive information which shouldn't be shared on screen.
Definitely.
That was relatively...
But it picked the right box.
Yeah, relatively painless. It's nice when you have one of those streams where it's kind of just...
Relatively. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. We're getting there.
Right. I guess that's probably a good place to wrap up. We'll fix those variables offline and get it all neat and running again before Saturday. But in the meantime, I'd like to say thank you everyone for watching, and we will catch you all next week. Follow on Twitch and hit the bell on YouTube. See you then.
Bye.